What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching the DC edition of the Ragin Nation Show. This is just a web series where we talk about all things that matter to me in the DC Cinematic Universe. This is episode number 9, and in this episode, let's talk a little bit more about the Suicide Squad. In a previous episode of the DC edition, I actually talked about the Suicide Squad in an introductory kind of way because I wanted to just fill you guys in on who the Suicide Squad are. While it is a popular supervillain team in the DC comic book universe, still some people are not quite familiar with the team. So therefore I decided to dedicate an entire episode about filling you in on some information about them. And now I want to talk about casting news. Alright, now the original casting rumor was that Warner Brothers wanted the following names, or at least the following names were mentioned to play characters in the Suicide Squad, and that would be Margot Robbie, Will Smith, Tom Hardy, and Ryan Gosling. Alright, the only solid bit of information about the casting in the Suicide Squad was that they wanted to bring Jesse Eisenberg into the Suicide Squad film to reprise his role as Lex Luthor. Alright? So that would be pretty cool if they really successfully follow through with that, because that would be the connecting force that connects the Suicide Squad with of course the other films. Alright, so if they pull that off, that would be really, really awesome. But let's talk about some other casting news with regards to the Suicide Squad. Now, it's all rumor right now of who is actually going to be in the Suicide Squad in terms of who's going to make up the actual supervillain team. But right now, it looks like we're getting a little bit more solid information about who is going to be playing these characters. Now, the only solid information that I have right now is that Margot Robbie is going to be playing Harley Quinn. Alright? Harley Quinn, everybody's favorite female jester. Well, Margot Robbie, it looks like she's gonna be playing Harley Quinn. Now, this isn't an official confirmation. We haven't gotten the official confirmation from Warner Brothers, but it looks like it's very, very close to being finalized, okay? Now, if they pull that off, or rather, if Margot Robbie is in fact cast as Harley Quinn, I'm gonna be pretty happy. First of all, we get Harley Quinn, a very dominant female supervillain, to appear in the Suicide Squad. Another thing is that we're getting Margot Robbie, and I think she's the perfect choice. The reason why is because I saw her in Wolf of Wall Street, and she can play all kinds of personalities. She can go from pretty normal, demure to crazy. Okay, so if they get Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, that's going to be pretty awesome. Now, another casting news, another bit of casting news is that Jai Courtney, who is playing Kyle Reese in Terminator Genesis, who also played John McClane's son in A Good Day to Die Hard, and also who played the villain in Jack Reacher, is being courted to play Deadshot. Deadshot is, of course, also one of the members of the supervillain team Suicide Squad. He is also a nemesis of Batman. And his ability is that he's an expert marksman. He's a sniper, and he has the cybernetic eye, which gives him increased accuracy. All right, and you know what? Jai Courtney is another great decision to cast as a Deadshot. I've seen him in those 3 films. Or not, except for Terminator Genesis, but in the previous films that I've seen him in, Jack Reacher and A Good Day to Die Hard, he is solid. I mean, he plays that tough guy, and he's actually pretty good at playing that tough guy role. Okay, and I can see him playing a covert assassin, and essentially a member of the Suicide Squad as that sniper. I totally can see him playing that role. So Jai Courtney, really, really good choice if in fact the negotiations go through. So that's very, very cool. Another character that might make an appearance in Suicide Squad is Captain Boomerang. And who's going to play Captain Boomerang? Well, Will Smith is in negotiations. Will Smith is currently in negotiations to play Captain Boomerang. Now, there's no confirmation of whether he's going to be Captain Boomerang. We're not even in the stages of final negotiations. Not even like Margot Robbie is in final negotiations, right? So he's just in talks to play Captain Boomerang. And you know what? I'm neutral about this. I really don't know what to think about Will Smith playing Captain Boomerang. You know, it'll be something different for him. I mean, he did play a superhero in Hancock, but that was very, very different. But to have him part of a huge comic book universe, the DC cinematic universe, that is going to be something that's very interesting, because does that mean that he's going to be continuing in future films, or is this just going to be a one-off thing? Right? So I'm actually really curious to see how that plays out. If he doesn't play it, I'm not going to be sad. If he gets to play it, then I think that's going to be interesting. After all, he isn't making a whole lot of movies these days. I haven't seen him in a movie for a very long time. I mean, I didn't even watch After Earth because I didn't even want to. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to have Will Smith as Captain Boomerang. Now, Captain Boomerang's ability really is just that, like his name suggests, he throws boomerangs, but his boomerangs are all they're all types of boomerangs, okay? They're boomerangs with gadgets, and they're boomerangs that have special abilities, and he also throws like energy boomerangs. So you know, it's a very interesting character, and it's going to be interesting to see how Will Smith plays that character. Now, finally, the casting news that I find that is most exciting to me about the Suicide Squad is the casting of the Joker. All right, the Joker could make his first appearance in the DC Cinematic Universe in the Suicide Squad. And who is going to play him? Well, Jared Leto is in talks to play Joker in the Suicide Squad. I'm pretty excited about this. I think that you cannot find a better choice to play the Joker than Jared Leto, okay? You know why I say that? Have you seen Panic Room? Have you seen Lord of War? He can play crazy. He can play psychotic. I mean, in Panic Room, he was crazy, okay? I loved his performance in Panic Room. I also loved his character in Lord of War. He went to a very helpful, loyal little brother to a very crazy, crazy, just unpredictable brother to Nicolas Cage's character in Lord of War. So I think that he's the perfect choice. I think that he can play psychotic pretty well, and Jared Leto should be on the top of the short list to play Joker for Suicide Squad. So I'm really, really excited about that. I think that he can really pull it off, and to have Jared Leto appear once again in a possible Batman movie going up against Ben Affleck, Jared Leto will steal the show. Okay, so that's all I gotta say in this video. Once again, I'm excited to have Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I think it's very cool to have Jesse Eisenberg reprising his role as Lex Luthor. I'm super excited about Jared Leto possibly playing the Joker, and Jai Courtney is actually a very good choice to play Deadshot. As for Ryan Gosling and Tom Hardy, I don't know where they fall into this. If Ryan Gosling gets a role, cool. But if Tom Hardy gets a role, then I'm really, really excited, because Tom Hardy is one of my favorite actors, and I think he could pull it off, all right? Whichever role he decides to get in the Suicide Squad. After all, we saw him play a supervillain in The Dark Knight Rises, and he was able to pull it off really, really well. So there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. What do you guys feel? What do you guys feel about these casting decisions? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name's Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. To direct a multi-picture deal for the further installments of the Fast and Furious franchise. That's right. You heard right.